Good morning,
Good morning, brother.
dude. Today is a very special day. Thank you guys for joining us if you're listening in. Uh, Big Rob, my dude, my man, Robert Peoples.
Yes, sir.
Tell us
Yes.
about your week, man. Tell us about what you went through, but definitely tell us about Wednesday. What happened Wednesday?
Oh, let me put my spectacles on. I gotta.
Put your glasses on.
Oh, I should have. The light's blinding. I should have brought my shades in.
No, your
I-
future bright, but
All right, so I'm gonna be honest. I'm just gonna start from Monday. I gotta give my whole perspective of it.
start the whole week, man.
So, as I said last week, um, this week was supposed to be a fresh start. I'd been stuck in the truck driving 10 plus hours a day. And with that, I wasn't getting, well, as Garrett has stated, the calorie trackers, they're not they're not really accurate, but they're consistent inaccurate. So according to my watch, I was only burning 200 calories within that 10 plus hours I was at work. So that wasn't good. Plus, my joints were stiffening up. My back was killing me because of my two bulging discs sitting right there and not being able to move.
Yeah,
So I was really excited about this week to start being able to get out of the truck more for the new training that they were doing. Excuse me. So I'm excited. I got all my stuff. I'm meeting my buddy who's training me. We're walking in. We looked at the schedule. My name's been crossed out beside his, and it's sitting right there on the same route that I had been doing for the past almost 2 years. So,
that had
all
to
right.
suck.
Oh, it sucked, dude. It sucked. My heart sank. I got pissed off, but I wasn't gonna let it floor me. Today was supposed to be that day was gonna be a light day. I mean, we only had we only had 24 stops or 26 stops, which normally shouldn't take that long.
How many do you normally take?
Depending on the route and the person, because I know with one of our routes, the first route I trained on, they could have 36 stops and be done in 8 hours. But versus working with this guy, it could be 16 stops and we take 8 hours.
Just based off of location and stuff. Describe what you do for a second for everybody, because I know a little bit about it, but describe what it is that you do specifically so that we can have a better idea of why it is really hard on you after work to get back to the gym and why it's so, awesome that you've been able to do that.
All right, I'm not going to divulge too much about my job, but I am an armed guard. I am an armed delivery person. So we transport uh very valuable things to different places throughout the day.
Right. So you're in a truck, you're in a car, you're not able to like physically move a lot because you're actively driving a vehicle that would discourage people from attacking.
No, most definitely. Most
Okay.
definitely. And this isn't a very easy truck to drive. I mean, when you're turning, you've got to
The
literally,
tank, it's heavy.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But so, and I'm not talking bad about the dude that I was working with. He's an older gentleman. He's been doing this for 20 plus years. He's getting a little run down with it. I can tell. But
It happens.
when you come up, when you look on that sheet and you've only got 20 some stops, and it takes you clock in at 6:40, y'all leave at 7:20, and then you're not pulling back into the station until 8 o'clock. Man, and your buddy who was supposed to be training you that day, he clocked out at 1. That
That's tough. That's tough.
Oh, I was so over that day. It took everything in me. I mean, everything. I had to get my friends to call me. Well, I didn't have to get them to call me. They knew to call me because I have one buddy. He sent me a Snapchat video of him talking about it's a climb, it's a ladder. It's not going to be easy. You don't just poof and you're there. It's going to suck. It's going to get harder, but nothing in life is easy. So you got to keep climbing that ladder. And
Yeah,
I
for sure.
definitely needed to hear that. Another buddy, man, you going to the gym today? I was like, man, I don't really want to. Get your ass in that gym. Sorry for my language, but in quotations, yeah. David Goggins talked about
Boy,
him.
you better get your butt in the gym.
Exactly. But David Goggins talked about in his book about having people in your foxhole, the ones that if you've
Mm-hmm.
got the ones who are sitting there behind you 100%, and when you try to slack up, they won't let you. Those are the people you want, not the ones that will pacify. Man, I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to go to the gym today. Me either. Let's go get some Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Like those people. But I've got a good support system in that in my little local and sorry, I'm hitting. It's a rough morning, y'all. I
Guys,
apologize.
this is our first time recording with the microphones, and so like it's awkward because
Yeah.
we both try to talk with our hands, and like I'm literally sitting here with my hands crossed so that I don't whack mine. So forgive us, guys. We're still learning. We do appreciate you being on this journey with us.
Oh me. But yeah, uh here I go again. But
You should have been a ballet dancer.
I got the body for
You still do. You still do. You might lose it too fast though. So
it.
just be careful, hopes and dreams and all that.
Oh me. But no, I got off work at 8 o'clock. I didn't get home until like 9:15. I came home. Mama looked at me like, really? I was like, yeah, I'm going to the gym. She
That's
looked at
right.
me dumbfounded.
That's right.
So I came in, I changed, I took some pre-workout, and I literally sat in the parking lot of the gym for about 10, 15 minutes. Like, excuse my language again, but man, I don't want to do this shit. Like, I was literally contemplating just pulling off after it took me 5 minutes to find that parking spot. I just wanted to leave, but nope, I got my butt out. I went in there, said, I don't know how much I'm doing, but I'm doing something. Got on the treadmill, I walked. When I started walking, I put my goal at like a mile and a half. Nope, that runner's high hit as soon as I hit that mile and a quarter, and I cranked out 2.5 miles.
See, and that's so what's awesome. Like Andrew Huberman talks about when he talks about cold plunge. So Andrew Huberman, a neuroscientist, a professor at Stanford, he has the Huberman Lab podcast. Um, he's incredibly intelligent, and he's pretty easy to listen to. He has said when you're getting into the cold plunge, there are certain walls or barriers that tell you how long you need to go because some people can only get in for 5 seconds, right? I mean, it's cold water, don't get me wrong, but some people can only get in for a very, very short period of time. Others can push themselves a little further. But he says you have to set up these barriers. So for you, the barrier could literally just be getting in the water. And then once you get in there, you wait until the next barrier kicks in and then you try to conquer that mentally what it does is among a lot of other things it increases your body's ability to respond and maintain and control your response to dopamine, which is really really important because right now we get dopamine, which is just a chemical in the brain, from basic interactions on social media through anything. So dopamine is the drug that your body's going to release when you do drugs or alcohol. It's also going to be released tenfold, with social media scrolling, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all that, Twitter, the cesspool of social media. And so your
We're
body
not downing
gets
it, y'all. If y'all see this on social media, we still love
yeah,
you.
we love it, and it's a tool, but that's exactly what it is, and that's all it should be. Is it should be a tool. We use this as a massive source of entertainment all the time for so many people, and so our bodies get overstimulated from the dopamine, and it's bad. So deliberate cold exposure or deliberate actions that cause that dopamine to rise and be controlled are where you're getting a lot more benefits and control over your daily life. So for you, you had a barrier just to get to the gym.
Most
You beat
definitely.
it. I'm gonna pull a creepy Joe Biden. You beat it. No joke, not a joke, not a joke. And you beat it. And then you get in there, and then you had another barrier where you're just like, man, I just mile and a half. That's normally that's easy. what, halfway through, you're like, "Oh man, I got this. This is easy," and then you just blew it away. And you
Exactly.
find, and that's how you do it, man. Because if you don't if you don't have barriers, you're not human.
Exactly.
If you don't have challenges, you're not normal. And I need to meet you to figure out how you live your life. But when you do have those challenges, it's not about the challenge, it's about how you approach it and how you conquer it. And even if you hadn't done the full mile and a half, the fact that you went and showed up at 9:15 or whatever time, that alone is beating something that allows you to build off of it in the future.
Most definitely, because I mean, I was literally all day battling with myself in my head in the truck. Like, yeah, I'm going to the gym when I get off. I don't care what time. And 5 minutes later,
Mhm.
it's like, no, I don't think I'm gonna go to the gym because I know I got to get up early again tomorrow because my shift is switched back to be clocking in at 6:20. It's an hour drive. Dude, you're frustrated. Just go home, fix you something to eat, lay down, da 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 da. 5 minutes later, I'm turned around. Hell no, I'm going to the gym tonight because I'm mad, I'm angry, I gotta work this out. And it was a all day long struggle. But I got in there, I got it done. I got home at like 10:30. Yeah, it
That's
was
not
rough.
bad
Yeah, that wasn't bad, but
compared to what it could have been.
that is true. But I literally had time to come in. Uh I ate a spoonful of cold chicken and rice that mama had cooked that was in the refrigerator just so I could put something on my stomach. And then I showered and went to bed.
Yeah.
But so the next day when I went in, I found out I was going to be on the route for another 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday. So at that point, I just said, screw it. And I accepted it, embraced it, and figured out my way to stay content and happy while doing it. Fun part is I saw a lot of people because my route goes through my hometown. So my favorite part is we got a PA on the truck, so loudspeaker. So I'll grab it. I'll wait for them to walk past because a lot of these people that I grew up with haven't seen me since like middle school or high school because I went to college in Oklahoma for 5 years. So yeah, I look a heck of a lot different than I did back then. So they'll walk past. I'll throw my hand up and they'll be like, "Hi, who are you? Why are you waving at me?" I'll grab that PA and I'll be like, for instance, I saw a friend of mine. She walked past and she gave me that hi, and then I went, "What's up, Ashley?" She turned around. I was like, she's like, "Oh, hey."
And then she realized, yeah,
Yeah, man, it's so fun to mess with people while you're in that truck, especially if they don't know it's you. Because
for sure.
another instance, sorry, I know I'm rambling, but this one was
Nah,
really
dude.
funny. The dude that me and my dad worked with, at Food Line Distribution. Uh, he called me and my dad 10 because we walked down the, what is it, the loading floor. And my dad is super skinny and I'm round. And he said, every time I saw y'all walking, it looked like 10. He's the one, you're the zero. Man, when he told me that joke, I couldn't,
Wait,
I,
I gotta ask, did you prefer that or did you prefer Arby's?
yeah, I take 10 over Arby's. At least I'm
I
not,
was gonna say Arby's is worse.
at least as Billy Bob says in Varsity Blues, I'm a 10, a
That's right.
10.
Rob, you are a 10.
Hopefully, I can be Billy Bob for Halloween this year before I completely lose all the weight. I got to get that pet
Bruh.
pig named Bacon.
I would name, if I had a pig, guess what I would name it?
Baconator.
Chris P. Bacon. You're very welcome. All of you listening, I'll be here every week.
But he came out of the Food Line store that we were working with, and he walked around. I waved. And he looked at me kind of funny, and I went, "McKinley," and he jumped out his skin. I saw his soul leave his body and come back, and then he's like, "What's up,
Doctor
man?"
Strange astral form.
But no, I got my work in that day. I actually called my buddy Wes, who's actually the one that really got me back into it this year. Because
Yeah.
if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have had my mindset to start on January 3rd. Because
By the way, Wes, we've briefly texted, but we want to have you on at some point.
almost definitely.
So shout out Wes.
That means
Thank
you
you
got to
for
get up early, brother.
yeah.
Sorry.
We do it anyway. We're used to it at this point.
I'll come get you, buddy. But
I won't.
no, that's like,
Not driving like 20 hours.
oh, that's fun. Hey, we can get some Bojangles.
You can no, no, I can't do that.
But I called Wes. He wasn't doing anything when I was getting off work because I kind of got off work early that day. Got off around 4, well, 3
Yeah.
something to 4 o'clock, and called him. What are you doing? Man, I just got done with a nap on the couch. I said, get your butt up and meet me at a gym at 5:30. Went to the gym, got our workout in. So at that point, I was 99 pounds down before I went into the gym that day. When I weighed in that morning, I was 99 pounds down. So every person I saw that I knew in the gym, they're like, "What are you doing in here? What are you doing, Slim?" All this, making the jokes. I'm like, I'm trying to lose this 1 pound so I can hit 100. Granted, I hadn't really ate that day. I'd had a little bit. I had I had something to put on my stomach for breakfast, and then when I came home in that quick turnaround from changing from work and then going to the gym, I had me another scoop of that chicken and rice, cold out the refrigerator, just so I could have some carbs on my stomach.
I wanna throw this out there for anybody who's listening and has a similar situation, okay? Where you don't do everything right that day, right? So you didn't eat, right? That's not good. You know that. You know you have to eat. You didn't eat right. You may not have slept great. You may not do a perfect exercise routine or cardio resistance training, whatever the heck it is. When you were in school, if there were 100 questions and you missed 10 of them, did you still get an A? The answer is
Yes.
yes.
Better for a second.
So you still got an A. That's still a 4.0. That's never going to change, right? So you have so much variability, and the variability is where you have success. You don't have to be perfect to reach your goals, guys. It's all about the consistency and intensity that you approach it. And if you continually approach it, even if you make certain mistakes, it doesn't matter. We all have those struggles, guys. You're not alone. Call us, text us, comment, guys. We want to respond to every comment that we see. So comment to us, guys, and we're gonna respond. We're gonna address it. We want you guys to ask us questions. You know, please blow us up.
Because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm not perfect by any means. I had no real guidelines, goals, except for stuff that Garrett put in my brain 10 years ago when we were working out. That was the
God, that
only
was a long time ago.
that was the only guidelines I had going into this. The only thing that I did literally from what I call the right way was I stopped eating close to 6,000 calories a day, and I actually got my butt up off the couch. Because I'm not lying when I said in my post that right now, if it wasn't for me doing this, I would probably be finishing a whole extra large pizza and a 2 liter of Mountain Dew. I could literally sit down at one sitting, eat an extra large, fully loaded pizza, and drink an entire 2 liter of Mountain Dew in one sitting, less than 10 minutes.
I have to admit that that's impressive. It's not a good thing, but that's impressive.
I mean, I could
I'm
literally.
sorry.
I mean, that's just how I was.
Yeah.
I could. My party trick when I went to bars. I literally, I could chug a beer. I could chug a beer in under 2 seconds. So people would get, yeah, that was my favorite.
Did you make
But
money from doing it?
no, but I got a lot of free beer.
Okay. That's I mean, I
Because I
guess that's
mean,
kind of
people
money.
would want to see it. Like some of the
Yeah.
bartenders at the pool hall would want to see it. So like, hey, we'll give you a free beer if you show. I'll just give you the beer if you show them this trick. But I mean, I literally, you give me the pint glass, I'd come up. All right. And especially if a bartender was just a complete jerk at whatever bar I was at, and they just gave
Yeah.
me the beer, I'd literally pick it up and say, "Watch this. Hey, can I get another beer?" Like as they're walking off to go talk to somebody or something, and then they just get pissed off and then they're a real jerk. I'd chug that one too, set it down. Hey, one more. But I've always been able to put away food, liquids very quickly. I don't know why, but I have.
That's a talent. So bring it. So Wednesday, you're in the gym.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry,
What happened?
ADD is beautiful.
No, man, we're just chopping it up. This
Oh
is
yeah,
good.
no,
This
I
is
know,
what
I
we
know, I
like.
know. So I'm in the gym and I'm seeing a bunch of people who I know who are like one of the guys that works there, my friend Lauren. What's up, Lauren? Uh, they're talking to me, saying, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Da 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 da. Mostly because I've been there at like 9 o'clock at night. But I kept on telling to everybody, yeah, I'm just trying to get this 1 pound down so I can be at 100, 100 pounds down. So we're in there. Wes and I are lifting. Uh, I got, I did 2.5 miles again that day on the treadmill. He ran. I'm proud of him. He's actually bumped his running up. He's on a 10 miles per hour now on the treadmill. Yeah,
That's fast.
I can't see that no time soon. Excuse me. But we're over there, we're lifting, doing a bench, and I can tell that my strength's getting a lot better because some reason I've been able to my strength increases like rapidly for chest. Like you know this, you've seen me.
Those damn T-Rex arms you got.
I got a big belly and short arms, and I can lift.
Man, we did not. I'm gonna just jump in on Tuesday is max effort upper body day for us,
Mhm.
and we did real slight incline. So we put some. We have deadlift mats that we actually put underneath the bench rather than setting it up on the incline, because the more minor changes, you're still going to get a lot more emphasis on what we were trying to get, which is going to be chest and then the triceps. And Joe, if you listen to this, I love you, buddy. Joe is a good bench presser. He's a young kid. I guess he's 17, and he's
Yes, he's
really
young.
good. He's young. He's a very good presser for somebody that until he started lifting with me a few years ago, he had never touched real weight. Really, he's like 6'3", 6'4". He's got really long arms. He plays left tackle for Trinity, Euless Trinity football. He's the starting left tackle for next year. That's where he's at right now.
Hell yeah.
I mean, this kid, he put up 285 or he put up 280, I'm pretty sure 280 or 285. I'd have to ask him for sure,
Heck
but
yeah.
he did it and he did it really well. Like I was impressed because incline is not his specialty. He has shoulder issues too. I'm not a great incline presser, but bro, I hit 290 and it was smooth. And then I was so happy. And then I was like,
Hey.
guys, I'm going to call it there. And then Dylan, my cousin's boyfriend. I love this guy. Dylan, he'll be on the podcast. He's a great guy. You'll love him. And he was like, "It's not like you to not go up." I was like, "Shh. All right, throw it on." And I
That can
attempted it, and I got it about halfway. I lost it at the transition where it gets off your chest and back into your triceps, and I just couldn't
yeah,
get it. But I strained like crazy, my back cramps and everything like that. But I was so hyped. I was so
man.
hyped. But
Man,
here's the greatest thing is who cares, man? Oh, I failed. Guess what? I don't care. I'm gonna try it again in a couple weeks, and we'll see what happens. It's the most satisfying thing in the world to lift heavy. So,
I
Rob,
swear, man.
get your strength, boy.
Oh man. First of all, he hit you with what everybody hit me with. Mama didn't raise no.
I know.
I'm
Yeah,
telling you, it works every time, man. It'll get you in
yeah.
trouble.
Well, and Dylan's tough. He's strong, man. He's from Georgia. He went to Texas Wesleyan here locally in Fort Worth, Texas, and he played football. He was a starting linebacker. He was a stud, and he's trying to get in the XFL. And I think he's got a legitimate shot. I mean, he's athletic. He comes in, he's serious with his work. He puts in his work and he's good. He's strong. And what's really great is I got to start working with him a little bit. We identified a couple issues that he had strength wise that were like, hey, you've never trained this. You need to focus on this. So like his low back is never been targeted. So his low back, I mean, he's strong because of the
Yeah.
fact that he's overall strong, but he's never trained it specifically. So like we trained it one time, it cramped up so hard, like he couldn't move for a minute, and then now he's strong again. He's pulls over 500. He's deadlifting over 500. He's squatting. We had him do a safety squat bar squat and he got 455 and it was good, but we recognized a couple issues with it. Like he's got perfect technique, but then there's a few little hitches that we noticed that nobody's going to notice unless you're taking the time to really watch. So I'm so pumped for this guy. He's getting stronger. His bench press is going up. He put up 370 or he put up 390, I think, on the two board press. So he's getting strong. It's fun.
Heck yeah.
Sidebar. Sorry about that. But
You're
yeah,
fine. You're fine. Sorry,
get strong, man.
my ADHD is flaring up this morning, so you're not alone, brother.
All
So to
good.
the listeners, I apologize. This is my you're seeing how I am naturally. So I apologize in advance. But we went into the
It's
gym.
natural as Liver King.
Oh yeah. Lord have
You
mercy.
see, he's like on day 60, natty. Yeah, he's been, guys. He came off everything supposedly, and I'm not going to disparage the guy. I believe in his message more than I don't, but he's really funny because like we'll talk about this. Probably it's probably not going to be today, but we're going to talk a lot about nutrition and the preference that I have as far as like nutrition goes. Organ meats are super valuable for a diet. They're tremendously valuable, 100%. You're not going to get shredded and jacked by just eating bull's balls.
I don't think I'm ever gonna eat bull's balls.
Yeah.
I don't want no Rocky Mountain oysters, man.
It's just like this guy. I mean, in all the other things that he said, like he talks about the ancestral tenets, dude. Those are great. Those are actually really, really, really good. The problem is when he went into the ground of saying, I look better because of eating liver and testicle. Oh, I'm also pinning, 20 units of growth hormone a freaking day. Like this dude's putting, for example, now I don't know exactly because I'm not in the space, but traditionally, from what I know, the teenage male body is producing roughly like 6 to 8 IUs of growth hormone a day. It's just international units is the measurement for it. They're producing 6 to 8, and that's why you can do so much, recover so quickly as a younger, guy. And bodybuilders will go from anywhere from like I think 8 to 10, maybe sometimes 12, depending on the insulin usage that they also have. And those numbers, from what I can tell, seem to actually be trending in the opposite direction for pros because they're recognizing that the health negatives are causing the actual muscle quality to be lesser. So they're doing less. This cat's doing double that. Like, come on, dude. Now he says he's natty like 60 days. I think it was like 60 or 61 days today. But I'm like, dude, give it another few months. I care more about the next couple months because he's always been a bodybuilder. He always looks great. But like, bro, you can't go cold turkey. So like I want to know what his protocol has been to come off of it. Because if you go cold turkey without proper guidance, you could really start screwing yourself up. Like if you're not doing now, I don't think he was doing actual anabolics. Like as far as I don't think he was doing any steroid products like that. But his growth hormone, his body's gonna be screwed up by that much. So I'm just interested to see what he's doing. I am interested. I think he's done a lot of good for the world, more than bad actually. But you're not gonna get shredded by eating balls, so don't do it. For the record, that's any animal balls, none. Doesn't matter. So
the middle schoolers in me is coming out right now.
Jesus.
All right, so back to
anyway, Wednesday. I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good. We're good.
I love you. Please forgive me, people.
Chopping room floor, buddy. We got this.
That's right.
All right, so Wes and I we were lifting, and I went to failure. Because that's honestly that's the only way I want to lift. I don't want to
bench pressing.
Yes.
Barbell.
Yes.
Barbell bench. Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to leave because I mean every time you and I worked out in college, we always went to failure because I mean, and that's ingrained in my brain. That is imprinted, branded. If I am not to the point where I've got the pump and I can't literally, I'm struggling lifting my whole body off the bench to get the bar up just to hook it. Yeah, I don't want it.
Yeah.
So got done with the workout, got done with that. Wes went and did abs. I chilled for a second because I was exhausted. I hadn't ate, caffeine was running out, and I just did a pretty good workout.
Yeah.
We took it on to the hoops. I got here. Mama looked at me and Daddy looked at me. I was like, yeah, I got my workout done. I'm not gonna sit down and eat this Subway protein bowl just yet. I don't want anything on my stomach, a little bit of water, because when I step on that scale, I'm literally in weigh-in mode for the UFC. I don't want nothing. I want to see what that lowest I can get it is. Came in my room because I was about to go shower, and panic mode hit, stress mode hit. And I know it sounds dumb, but I was like, dude, what if that scale doesn't say that I've lost anything? What if I gained too much muscle and it went up because I put on muscle weight? And all that started streaming through my head. I went into the bathroom, I showered, I brushed my teeth because that's my routine before I weigh in. I can't do it. I've mentally trained myself that I cannot step on that scale unless I shower and brush my teeth first. Even before I ate supper. That's how committed I was to this.
Dang right.
I stepped on I got my little tracking app up for my scale. I stepped on that scale. So it started at 466. I was at 367 that morning.
Boom.
That 367, it was 99 that morning.
Boom.
I stepped on that scale and I was dumbfounded. I stepped back off. I stepped on it again. It said the same number. I stepped off of it. I stepped on it again. It said the same number. I had to do it a fourth time just to confirm. I had lost 2 pounds. I was at 365 pounds. And I
And
screamed.
boom goes the dynamite.
I screamed. Mama jumped up. What's wrong? I was like, I'm down 101 pounds.
You lost a century.
After that, after that immediate explosion of emotion, it's like it went away. Like the excitement and all that went away, and it was just normal. It was like I went numb for a second. I went outside. I was talking to Mama with it. I tried to call Wes, but Wes had fallen asleep. Everybody, literally everybody I called, even you, did not pick up the phone. And I'm like, oh my God, this is an important moment. And not a daggone soul was answering.
I know it.
Wes finally called me back and he told me, man, I passed out on the couch. I was like, dude, I hit it. I hit 101. He's like, oh shit, man. I'm proud of you, buddy. And then I hear his fiance in the background. Who's that? Rob, he hit 101 pounds down. How'd it go, Rob?
Hey, Jeff.
But I let that sink in. I went outside. I had to have a cigarette with Mama because everything was going. I needed a cigarette after that one. I needed a cigarette. But I came back in and I laid on my bed. This was about 10 o'clock at night that I was sitting there. I was literally the emotion was coming back in slowly, and I wanted to do the post to let everybody know. And I was sitting there trying to figure out how to word it, fighting back tears, just basking in this accomplishment because I don't think I've ever accomplished anything to this extent that I've actually worked for. Everything else has either been a group effort to the point where I put in minimal work or minimal something, or I've had extreme help with it. This is the first actual huge accomplishment that was literally controlled by me. Yes, I had help in the sense that I had people who guided me, people who pushed me, people who kept me accountable to go to the gym. But ultimately, at the end of the day, when it came down to it, it was me making the decision to go. Because, I mean, Garrett, you can sit there and yell at me to go to the gym, and
you still got to do it.
You can't physically, well, I know, but you can't physically, honestly, at the end of the day, the only person that can literally put me in the gym is me.
100%.
So it comes down to me making that decision every day, as much as those workouts suck, as much as I wanted to go home because there was other stuff I wanted to do. And I didn't have enough time in the day to complete editing videos, playing video games with my friends, watching the show Outer Banks that I've now got hooked on, going to the gym. It's literally me sitting there making the decision to put all the shit that I'm not saying the editing is shit, but putting all the stuff on the back burner that is, I don't want to say irrelevant, but
it's not the priority.
Pressing.
It's not helping you achieve what your goal is.
Yeah. Put all the non-pressing issues on the back burner and put this, the one thing that I, honest to God, yes, working out is helping. Yes, once I get in there and I do it, I get that dopamine fix. I mean, it comes on intense once I start working out because I'm not the person to just go in there, barely do something, and leave. I'm going until I get that high.
Yeah. You go in there and you get work in.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So, as
yeah, yeah.
much as I love that dopamine fix when I go in there, I hate working out. I hate going to the gym. I hate
Yeah.
having to keep this up maintenance wise. I am probably the laziest person you will ever meet. If it comes to small maintenance with things, I don't want to do it. I want something that will constantly run with no attention, no nothing. I have nothing to, I don't have to touch it, fiddle with it. It's one job is just to be consistently working.
Yeah.
With me, working out is a small maintenance thing. I don't want to do it because in my mind, my body should be working how it should be naturally without any touching. But that is not the case. This is not a perfect world. Nothing
Yeah,
is
it's not
perfect.
reality. It's not
Exactly.
reality.
So workouts suck completely and utterly because
Yeah.
you're at a place that you don't need to be and you're trying to get down to a place that you need to be. And you got to mold that clay. And so that was the biggest
Yeah.
turn. I'm probably going to sidebar here because ADHD. Sorry,
All good.
but when I've started trying to lose weight at least 100 times, at least. And I'm telling you, those first like throw it back to October or September or whenever it was last year when I first started going to the gym, and I'd do those little posts. I'd post like, "Hey, I walked a mile in 35 minutes. Hey, I did this." That was a great start for me because that was an easy goal to obtain. I got a little bit sweaty
Hmm.
and I could see that I was actually doing something and I could post it on social media, not to get likes and all that, but just to hold myself accountable to show myself, "Hey, people, I'm making an effort to do something." But then again, I've got friends like Garrett doesn't really post that much on social
Ever.
media with
Guys,
working
if you look
out.
at my Instagram, it's literally my wife. That's it. That's all I post.
He's not lying. I tried to find an image for the thumbnail and it's like, geez, man, come on, give me something to work with. But
Man, not my skill set.
but I mean, when I'd see Garrett in college going to work out, I never saw him sweat in the sense that he didn't want to really do it. I never saw him waver from the fact that, hey, I'm going in here, I'm gonna work out. And when he'd come out, when I'd leave a workout, I would be exhausted, tired, ready to cry. This dude's damn near skipping out the place like, la di da, I'll see you later, buddy. Ha ha. And I mean, it was like everybody else that I saw that went to work out. You never saw the tiredness after. You never saw them in the struggling process. They never let on
Hmm.
that it was a mental battle to get in there to
Hmm.
do it. It just looked like everybody else was in there doing it perfectly. Everybody
Hmm.
else had it was just working for everybody else, but then it wasn't working for me because I mean, it sucked. I hated it. I was tired. I wasn't seeing immediate progress. So that was one thing that deterred my mind because we live in a we want it now type of
Yeah.
society now. And I mean, it just looked like for everybody else, it was working, but for me, it was not going to work. It workouts from how I saw everybody, it was sunshine and rainbows and yay. And for me, this is gloom, dark, depressing, and suck. It was like prison. So I mean,
Yeah.
that was a deterrent for me. I
Well, yeah, you couldn't see everybody else's battles, and honestly, like even still to this day, men are not as much as they should be encouraged to share. So like
yeah
you're sitting there, fighting your own battles that you don't know how to describe it. Like, and even though we were super close and didn't have like barriers where you couldn't have asked me, it's not a good it's not the conversation starter.
yeah
Like, hey, what mental battles do you face going to the gym?
yeah. And
That's not
so,
something you just randomly have. So,
but
I understand. Yeah.
like one thing that if there's anything that I don't care if my story inspires you as far as my working out, I don't care if anything else. I want people who have first or trying to lose weight, trying to start, trying to just get a better life. Dude, I want you to know that this sucks, but it's a grind. It's a battle. It's a job. It's not easy. It's not really for the faint of heart. You've got to learn to mold your mind and mold yourself to the place where you can push yourself through this stuff. Because again, when I first started, I hated it. I still hate it. It doesn't get better. It gets worse, but Your determination and your drive will improve to the point where you can push yourself through it.
Yeah.
That's the
There's an element that it'll never, so like even I think about that. So like working out as much as you love it, when you get to a point where you love it, like, you know, I do, there's still a lot of suck that is involved, right? And for people who have never struggled with, you know, going and working out, right? So like I've been in athletics since I played basketball. I started playing basketball. We'll have to do my stories enough.
almost
Um,
next week.
yeah, but I started playing basketball. I'm pretty sure it was fourth grade was the first year I played basketball. From fourth, fifth, sixth, from fourth grade on, I was in basketball or sports in general. I never was not in it. So I was working out was not just like it wasn't something that I did. It was a part of who I was,
Yeah,
you know. So I didn't have that struggle where I was observing other people because I didn't even think about those other things. You know what I mean? But it was still sucking in my own head and certain things. Like
oh
so
yeah,
so like as a basketball player, like something that I really, really did not enjoy was learning how to finish with my left hand. I got decent at it. Like, I
yeah.
mean, I'm not like a world breaker or anything like that, but I got decent at it. But it was really, really hard. It sucked because it's just not natural.
I feel
And
you.
so we all face that, guys. You know, it is going to suck, and there's going to be things that you don't want to do, and it's going to be a lot of things that you don't want to do. But at the end of the day, Rob, and let me ask you this because I think this is the biggest key: is it worth it? Is it worth it that you saw 101 pounds down?
If you would have asked me in the middle of some of my worst workouts, I probably would have had a different answer. But brother, I'm gonna tell you right now, it was more. It was it, it was worth more than any amount of money you could possibly give me right now. Because I'm telling you right now, my clothes are falling off of me. That's something that hasn't happened in a very long time. I don't feel as self conscious walking through because my shirts. I was in a 5XL. I was in a 5XL, and I don't know if y'all know how hard it is to find 6XL clothing without ordering it online. It's very, very hard. So I was walking around in almost a crop top everywhere I went. My belly was hanging out. I looked like a tube of sausage walking through. I did. That was what I said every
Yes.
time. That's what I
Ouch.
said every time. But I
That's rough.
feel I have so much more energy. I went down to I went to hang out with my buddy Ricky, his girlfriend Haley, and my buddies Wes and Kaylee. They came with us. We went to Greensboro. We went to ate at a place called Natty Greens. They have an amazing patty melt for any cheat day for anybody who's in Greensboro. Please go there. And then we went to this little bar called Boxcar. It's like an arcade place. I mean, they've got the basketball shooting, they've got air hockey, skee ball, all that. So we went and we just hung out that night. When I went, we did the same thing back in the summer, but it was me and my buddy Matt that went down there with him. There's a hill. It's not even I won't even say it's a half a mile from the parking area where we were at to Boxcar, but you got to go up and down this hill and over railroad tracks to get to it because
Mhm.
it's a good little distance away. When I went there in June of last year, I'm telling you right now. Yes, I heard that by the way.
I'm hungry, guys. I'm sorry.
I'm telling you, I could barely walk up that hill, and it wasn't even that big of a hill. I mean, I was falling behind. I was at least 7, 8 paces behind the group. I was sweating just from this little walk, sweating. I was hurting. I was huffing and puffing. I thought I was going to die. Fast forward
Yeah,
to fast forward to last month when we went up there with them. I was ahead of everybody walking up this hill. I was walking backwards, having the conversation with them. And then I had
that's
a little
awesome.
burst of energy and I did a little
A
sprint
little
up the
pep
hill.
in the step.
I had to, man. I literally ran up the hill. But even with work, so because I'm an armed guard, I have to wear a vest whenever I get out of the truck.
Yeah.
Last year when they were training me, if you've ever seen the movie Masters of Disguise, that scene where he goes, "Am I not turtly enough for the turtle club?" And he goes into a shell. That's how I felt because the vest didn't fit me right because I had so much mass on me. So when I'd go to lean down, the bottom of the vest would push up on my thighs and my chin would go in it. And it was like I was going in the shell. I had very limited mobility. We're
Yeah.
trying to fix fix this stuff up. But I tested it out Thursday when I actually got 1 day of training in. And my chin literally went over it a lot easier. It didn't ride up, and I had a crap ton more mobility. Guys, I'm doing stuff that I haven't been able to do since before I went to college. Is it worth it? Most freaking definitely. Like I'm telling you right
Attaboy.
now, I have sleep apnea. I have sleep apnea. Last night I didn't I passed out. We went to see the new John Wick movie. We didn't get back until after midnight. I didn't get to sleep until or lay down in my head to calm down until about 1. And as soon as that hit, I passed out. I was running late this morning. I thought Garrett was gonna kill me. I woke up and it was 8 something. I'm like, I'm dead. And then I went outside to grab my medicine and I realized, dude, you did not charge your phone, you did not charge your watch, and you did not put on your CPAP last night. Dude, last year when I'd sleep without a CPAP, I would not be functioning right now. I'd have said, Garrett, we're just gonna have to do this later. There ain't no. I got my medicine in me. I've got
I
my
would have
ear.
said no,
Oh, I know
but
you would have. I know you would have, and it would have been a friendship defining moment in that instance. But I'm feeling a lot better. My breathing's gotten better. My heart rate's gotten a lot better.
you
I've
sound better. Your voice has changed
Oh yeah,
from your weight loss. Like you're speaking more clearly. It's not as labored
and it's
with your
actually gotten a
words.
little bit deeper, and I love it.
Yeah. You
I
have a
might
great voice.
I might not get said, "Okay, thank you, ma'am," when I'm talking on the phone anymore.
You know what's funny, guys? Anytime I call Big Rob, I can literally say he is, "Hello,
Hello.
what's up, homie?"
I mean, that's how I do it.
Every single time.
Hello.
I literally I did that. What was it yesterday? I literally did that yesterday.
Hello.
So that was funny. But now back to what you're saying. Rob, you've lost a century, man. That's incredible. You need to be proud, and people need to understand that, you know, it hasn't been easy and it's not easy. So I got one more question for you, and then we're gonna have to cut it off. Um, so you achieved this century. I know you have a goal of at least another 100 pounds. So what did you take to get to this 100 pounds? What is it going to take to get to the next? Is there anything that you think that you still have to level up on to lose the next one?
So with this 100 pounds, it was more, dude. You need to at least make some changes. You've got to, because as I said, I was taking in like close to 6,000 calories a day.
That's a
Because
lot.
yeah,
Just throwing that out there.
very much so. And a lot of it was just in soda drinking. Like, I mean, I took in ungodly amounts of soda a day and sugary drinks. I changed up that and I got more active and I started pushing myself with it. So that's how I got to the first 100 pounds. This next 100, I'm actually gonna have to start watching what I eat, actually get into the dietary thoughts of it, doing my best to stick with it because we both know I'm the type of person I will get burnt out on something that I don't like very quickly and then it will go to hell in a handbasket. But uh so actually focusing on correct foods to eat and actually maintaining a meal plan in the sense of I've got to eat breakfast, I've got to eat lunch, and I've got to eat supper. And then tweaking the workouts, making the workouts longer when I can, actually going in there with a set mindset on what I'm going to do as far as lifting instead of hey, Wes is on the bench. Let me go do bench. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah, a
let's
plan you
clear.
can progress on.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Just increasing my workouts to the point that it's not a chaotic mess
Hmm.
when I go in there. Because I go in there and if I see a machine free that I know I can do, I hop on it.
Yeah.
So I usually work chest, buys, back, and tries every time I go and work out.
Yeah. Well, Rob, I think that's great, man. I think that's exactly what you have to focus on. Is you've already done one thing. Now, your journey's not over. It's just starting. So for your next 100 pounds, it's going to take another level up for you to do. And once you do it, we're going to see the weight keep falling off of you. And I'm just excited to be here for it and get to watch you and talk about it with you, man.
Got one more.
Rob, yeah, hit us. Go.
But my friend Taylor, she messaged me, and she has been following my story and liking my posts and all that. And she sent me a message the other day, and I talked to her about it. She said it was fine to read it, but she said, "I just wanted you to know, I just want you to know you've been an inspiration to me. I'm the heaviest I've ever been, and almost pre-diabetic. I took back control I took back control, have been switching up my eating habits and just working out hard 5 days a week. I've lost 3 pounds in 2 weeks, and I cannot thank you enough for being so honest and forthcoming about your journey and struggles. I miss you, fool, and I know you're doing great, but if you aren't, reach out at any time. I'm super proud of you, my friend." So, as I
You
said,
rock, Taylor. I don't know you, but you rock.
I love Taylor. Taylor, I met her when I was playing pool up at RIP Brown's Billiards in Raleigh. She was my bartender, and she was the one that she was my pool mama. I know that's gonna. I hope she doesn't take offense to saying that, but no, she watched out for me. She made sure I was all right. If I got intoxicated, she made sure that I wasn't doing anything stupid or going off the rails because that tends to happen occasionally.
You're kind of
But
an all or nothing person.
oh, most definitely, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it right. Um, but no, I'm I'm proud of Taylor. And yeah, I said I didn't like being called an inspiration, but that's just my insecurity coming out with that. I'm not.
That's understandable.
If you watch when I do my Facebook posts, it's like 3 or 4 days before I respond or even like it because I'm overthinking how to respond and all that. It's just my
Yeah.
mentality. That's something else I'm working on. But Taylor, I'm really proud of you with that. And
Heck yeah.
it's stuff like that that I've been getting, and I'll start putting more and more on the podcast with it. But the one thing that I really liked about when she said, and it's what I wanted, what the biggest thing I wanted to portray in all of this, she said she was really thankful that I was forthcoming and honest about my
Yeah.
struggles. Because as I said, when you when you're starting out, you all you see is the glam stuff that people post on Instagram, that people post in their YouTube videos. They're not going to put the suckiest part in there because
Mhm.
they don't want people to see don't let them see you sweat.
Yeah.
That's a saying that goes along with all of this. People to get the likes and the views and all that, people don't want to see you uh in your worst. They
Struggle.
want to see you at your best. So
Struggle is ugly. Struggle is ugly. Struggle is hard. You don't want to see that. We want the glorification of, everything in social media. So it's, we only see the positives. Very rarely do you see the negatives of somebody going through something. So
most definitely. So coming into this, I just had to be honest. Because David Goggins, when I was listening to his stuff, which really inspired me and helped push me to get mentally to where I could push myself, he kept on saying, "It sucks. It sucks. I hate this." Some mornings I'm sitting there
Mhm.
30 minutes staring at my shoes, cussing them out. Like, I don't want to do this. And so I wanted people to know, yeah, it's not sunshine and rainbows. So Taylor, I appreciate you for that message. I
Heck yeah.
really,
Thank you, Taylor.
I'm really happy that my message got through, and I'm really happy. I'm really happy that you're doing good and you're working hard, and I'm proud of you. Very proud of you.
Heck yeah. Big Rob, I want you to hit us with your motto, man. Hit us out. Sign us out with it.
Well, y'all, I thank y'all for listening this week. I appreciate y'all following along on this journey and coming along with this experiment, I'm gonna call it, in these first early videos for me and Garrett. But
Tell us how the sound is, guys.
yeah, because we're taking what y'all say to account, and we're tweaking everything we can as we can go. But I want to thank y'all. I love y'all. Comment, like, share. Guess how many Funko Pops I have on that wall? No, I did not show you all. You got to be tricky with that part. But I'll figure out a prize to send you if you get it correct. If you live in my house, Melinda, you cannot guess. Sorry, I had to tell my mom. She came in here after watching the last video and counted them on my wall, and I said that doesn't count. But so I want to leave y'all with this. I hope y'all have a great day. Hope y'all have a great week. Embrace the suck. Keep pushing. And do not accept your own excuses. If you fall down, get back up, dust yourself off, and keep kicking ass, because that's how you got to do it.
Amen, brother. Heck yeah, guys. We're gonna sign off, but we love you. Like Big Rob said, like, share, comment, please. Anything you guys want to say, we're gonna try to respond to everything over the next couple days. Make sure. Um, Suggestions, ideas, hit us up. We're gonna probably talk about nutrition in the next video. Just some of the things that I like, some of the things I don't like. I'll try to be as objective as possible with my advice and things. Um, and we're gonna catch you guys later.
Peace out, y'all.
Jim Bro-migos out.